Hey everybody, and welcome to Resident Evil 7. The Resident Evil series has just hit its 25th anniversary recently. It's been going on for 2.5 decades, which is kind of weird to me as it's only recently that I actually got into this series. The Resident Evil series started with the first 3 games on the PlayStation, and all 3 of those were what is called survival horror games, where it's not really a full survival game like you see with like a hunger bar, a thirst bar, or sanity bar. It's not like that. It's a horror game where supplies are limited, you have to conserve ammo and health items as much as possible, while fighting occasional monsters, again using that very limited supply of ammo to fight it, so you have to shoot carefully, while trying to survive, trying to solve very simple puzzles, and trying to figure out what the hell is going on in the plot of whatever game you're playing. That was the premise and setup of the first 3 games, but with Resident Evil 4, it kind of shifted over to an action game series, and people really, really liked Resident Evil 4. I personally am not that interested in it. From what little I've seen of it, it's just not that interesting to me. But they weren't really a huge fan of its 2 follow-ups, 5 and 6. And there was a pretty big gap between 6 and 7, but 7 is a return to the original formula on the PlayStation games. It's also the kickstart of the modern Resident Evil era, which has created some of, in my opinion, the finest horror games ever made. I really like what I've seen, and now that I finally own 3 of the most interesting looking ones, those being Resident Evil 2 Remake, this, and Resident Evil 8, I want to play them. I want to make a playthrough of them, because I feel like it. So I'm going to start making a playthrough of them, because I feel like it. We're going to start with 7. I should make this perfectly clear, but before we begin, this is not a blind playthrough. None of the playthroughs of either of these 3 games are going to be blind. Not only have I seen these games through before, but I have also played them before, just once. I have beaten this game once before this playthrough, and I'm almost done with 8. I haven't played 2 yet, but I'll get around to it someday. I just want to show these games off to anyone, any old person who's randomly getting recommended my videos for some reason and is like, hey, Resident Evil, what a cool series. Enough blabbing. Let's get started. New game, and I'm going to be playing on normal.
Hey, baby! I just wanted to send a quick hello, and I love you. Oh, good news. I'm going to be coming home soon. Yay! I cannot wait to be done with this babysitting job and come home to my loving husband. I miss you. Oh, I gotta get back to work. I love you, Ethan. I miss you so much. I'm sending tons of kisses. Bye, baby.
Ethan. You were right. I did lie to you. I shouldn't have, but all I can say is that if you get this, stay away.
Hello?
Hey, it's Ethan.
Oh, hey. You alright? You just disappeared the other night.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. It's Mia. She's not dead, she's alive. She's back.
They found her? How? What happened?
I don't know. Look, I don't know how, but she's back. She's back somehow. And maybe it's a prank, but she wants me to come and get her.
Where is she?
Dulvey, Louisiana.
Dude, it's been 3 years.
I know, but what if it is her? I have to find out what happened. this is the place.
AWSD walk. I knew this game had a weird ordering of WASD, but I didn't realize it would be that stupid. Alright. How do you know she's here, exactly? I love how there's, like, supposedly Ethan knows the location of this, but there is absolutely no indication that this is the right place coming in. I mean, maybe there's a sign or something. Maybe. B, to check your objective. Do you know what your objective is right now? It's to find Mia. Did you know that? Did you know that that's what we're supposed to be doing? We're supposed to be finding Mia? I'm not sure you do. I really like this shot. The cool shot of the setting of the game. Unfortunately, they've chained up the gate. I guess they don't want random people coming up and knocking on their door. Which, yeah, that's... I guess they're just tired of... I was gonna say scammers, but it doesn't really make much sense for scammers to walk around knocking people's houses. But they left the intercom out here. Then again, the intercom doesn't work. Never mind. So yeah, they're locking people out. Maybe some suspicious stuff is happening here. It's a pretty big freaking house, though. It's even got, like, a second little house over there. We'll have to find a side entrance. Shift to run. Fortunately, not from any danger at the moment. We just have to get faster. So the sprinting in this game is kind of weird. It behaves kind of like it does in Skyrim, where if you hold shift, you only have to tap shift, and as long as you keep holding W, you will keep sprinting. And you only stop when you've stopped moving entirely. A little strange to get used to, but it's fine. It's actually kind of nice in some cases. You do have infinite sprint as well. Sewer Gators, episode 17. Sneak into a Louisiana ghost house. Supposedly these guys are supposed to be like YouTubers? So why the hell are they making documents for project proposals for their YouTube video? Like it says later on there, they record for the internet. Well, whatever. Oh, that's what it says. Join us. Yeah, join the Sewer Gators. That's what that's talking about. Accept her gift. Gladly. I mean, depends on what it is. What's her gift? I like gifts. Everyone likes gifts. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think of some stuff to say. May not be the most charismatic person. Hey! Hey, buddy, you live here? That's a cool house you have. And he disappeared into thin air. There is no way that he could have gotten way over there. Unless he walked beyond here and then started sprinting afterwards to get out of sight. So that I wouldn't see him. Oh. That's the only sign of anything going on we've seen so far. But it's far from the last. Kind of hard to tell what that is. It looks like it's a leg with some, like, big chunks of something else behind it. It's a completely, like, messed up horse. I think it's a horse anyway, because this thing over here is an effigy made of horse legs with a cow skull in the middle. At least I think those are horse legs. They look like horse legs. And with some buzz saws put around it for good measure. Just saws? What's with the saws? What does that add to your piece there? If you're wondering, I rebound the keys so that control is crouch. The default is C is crouch, and control is use healing item without having to open your inventory. But that would be awful, because if I had just left it like that, I'm so used to control being crouch. Control is crouch in basically every other game I have, every other PC game I have, aside from Minecraft. And so I would end up constantly wasting healing items trying to crouch, and that is not ideal in a game where supplies are rare and you have to conserve them for dire situations. This estate is so big that there's a second house, separate from the first one, and we found the second house. Wonder whose this could be. Driver's license. I wonder whose driver's license that is. Can you tell me whose driver's license that is? So here's your inventory. It's quite a big upgrade from the classic Resident Evils. The classic Resident Evils, you had 8 slots, and you only ever had 8 slots. You couldn't expand it. Here, you get... Oh, hold on. 12. I had to take that long to do some very simple math in my head. Don't worry about it. So we do have an important item. I was waiting until now to find it. Email from Mia. A printout of the email from your wife Mia, who had been missing for 3 years. Because, you know, everyone who's going to find someone who just emailed them prints out the email and carries it with them. I guess, as a reminder, sure, I didn't even know you could print out emails. I don't know printing out emails is a thing, because no one does it. From Mia Winters to Ethan Winters. Dulvey, Louisiana. Baker Farm. Come get me. Alright, no need to be so forceful about it. I'll come. Sorry. I'll arrive. The internet has fucking ruined that word, can I just say. Here's your driver's license. Covered in a strange black substance. I hope it's not blood. Let's just hope it's not Chris's. I love seeing these plants pop in. Yeah, my graphic settings are a little low, and the video is also extremely blurry. This game probably looks really blurry in these outdoor sections, but don't worry, it's mostly the outdoor... I mean, I don't know how this game will look, but... it should just be the outdoor sections. Which are now over, as we have arrived. It's funny that even though it's technically broad daylight, like kind of afternoon, this house is still extremely dark. But that's what happens when you don't have windows. The flashlight is automatic.
Damn.
Oh, no turning back now. We're in here. We're looking for Mia. You better be in here. Or else I don't even know what to say or do or think. Just like right now. I don't know what to say right now. Man, take better care of your stupid house, guys. So they've chained up this thing as well, just in case someone actually did break in, which, I mean, that door was basically wide open. So, someone was going to break in, so they changed that up. There must be a pretty important item in there. Like their gold bars or something. This kitchen has definitely seen better days. They must have had a really bad cooking episode in here. That's too bad that thing's locked. Let's see what they cooked.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I could imagine that from just cooking that, they probably ended up screwing up this entire kitchen in the process, even breaking the glass on this thing. Because that is an abomination, and should be removed from the earth forever. Let's check out their water situation. It's bad, because I just turned the water off. That's what the water was. I guess they used it all up. A bunch of tin cans, I never noticed that. You can move them around with the limited physics engine that this game has. It's actually like Havoc, it's the same as the Source games, the Half-Life games, and basically every other game that has physics. Over 20 missing in 2 years. Oh, they actually wrote that on there, right there. Over 20 missing in 2 years, it's on the right. On the left is Ghosts Sighted in Bayou. Does it let you read that? Oh, I know when it lets you read that. It's the Dulvey Daily. That's a cool detail. I actually never looked to see if that actually is what it said. Alright, so they're cooking up vomit with a side of crow. And what to drink? At least I assume they keep drinks in the fridge. I don't know. Beer that exploded in here. That's kind of what some beer looks like, right? I'm no expert on alcohol, because not only am I too young to drink it, I fucking hate it and will never drink it ever, as long as I live on this earth. Cool. They spent time making a drawer that has nothing in it. For you to open. Hi, Slender Woman. Slendrina? Wasn't that the original creations of the person who made Granny? Granny was fun. Alright, so, first of all, item, derelict house footage is the name of the tape. This right here is... I'm gonna cut hair. Okay, this is a save station. There was a kind of a spoiler on the screen just now. I will cut it out so you do not see it, because when you go to save, it gives you the objective right here. I had one of the objectives toward the end of the game on screen, so cut that out. That's a save station. This game does autosave, however. It is not as restrictive as the original 3 were, where you actually had limited saves throughout the whole game. You had to find an item and then use it on the save station. That was the only way you could save. Resident Evil 7 not only doesn't require you to have items to save, you could just hop up and save whenever you want, but it also has autosaves. So, yeah. Anytime you see the little loading bar appear briefly in the upper left corner, it has autosaved. It autosaves before, like, every big combat sequence and boss fight. Is it that big of a spoiler to say this game is combat? Because it does, fun fact. It's a big jug. That door doesn't open. Only one room left. Wants me to use an item on that. It's missing a fuse. 2F stairs, 3F. Everything's there but stairs. I love how the piano falling down is a very common scare in a lot of games that have pianos, because there was a scare like that in Amnesia too. I missed it when I played, but there is a scare like that if you manage to find it. What? Why do they just take pictures of random crap and leave it around on their chairs? This is a picture that makes sense where it is. Looks like the owners. That picture is so cool, by the way. I mean, it'll become even more meaningful later, but that is such a cool picture, I just want to say. I wonder how they made it. Is it like digitally made? Something? I don't know. Got some flowers and a boat. And a TV with static. Here's one of the mechanics and like the weird features of this game. The tapes! You can play them, and then you get to play as another character in another scenario. There's quite a few of them throughout the game, and here's the first one. Let's watch Derelict House Footage, a videotape with Derelict House Footage, Dolby June 1, written on the label. I was debating whether or not to say June 1 or June 1st, and I ended up with June 1. Clancy Javis, Abandoned House. Dolby Haunted House Rehearsal.
Boo. Where did you find this guy?
Give me a break, Pete.
Hey, I only work with professionals. Speaking of which, make sure the sound is right this time. I don't want a repeat of Amarillo.
That was 2 fucking years ago.
I don't do ADR. This new guy, I'm not feeling it. Again? Just don't be surprised if we have to make a change.
I love how they say all this right in front of me.
We do a walkthrough of the inside first, then we shoot the intro.
Just like we always do. Just try to say the show's name this time, okay?
No problem. Tonight on Sewer Gators, another worthless fucking shithole. Happy?
Ecstatic.
Now, before we go on, I just want to say, those two look kind of like, I think Shane and Ryan is their names for BuzzFeed Unsolved. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I feel like they do. I mean, I haven't seen Shane and Ryan's videos that much, but I don't know. It's a very slight resemblance, but it's still there.
Rolling? All right, let's go.
But it's very fitting. Either way.
Get out of the way. It's locked. After you. So, why are we in hell this time? Do you ever prep? What's the prep? Shitty house, spooky sounds? Ooh, is it haunted? Fuck me. I was an anchor, you know?
Weekend sub, Pete. Not anchor.
What's that?
Nothing.
What's the story, Andre?
Abandoned farmhouse, missing family, foul play suspected. The usual.
How long did you say this place has been abandoned?
3 years.
Clancy, get a shot of this. Let's make a great cutaway. So, Hillbilly Joe and his family go missing.
Not hillbillies, the Bakers. Jack and Marguerite Baker. And they were quiet, not backward. A lot of bad rumors about their son, Lucas. Bad seed, apparently.
Ah, shit. I know I should have worn my good shoes. Oh, shit. Glad I had my shots. Although, this would make a great backdrop. Andre, what do you think? Andre? Andre! Andre! Clancy, you see where Andre went?
Well, I know where he went, but I just wasn't pointing
Where
there.
is he? Unfucking believable. This is the last time I work with that guy. I mean, producers, they come and go, but a good cameraman like you, Clancy, you stick with me. What the fuck was that? Did you hear that?
You think I didn't hear that?
Andre? Where the fuck is he? Andre, where are you, man? What the hell? You gotta be fucking kidding me. All right, new deal. We find Andre and we go. I mean, fuck this show. You first.
Oh.
Need a nice hero shot of me coming down the ladder. So, you first.
You can barely see something down there. Let's go down and see what.
What do you see? What is it?
Jesus.
Yeah, you sure you want to be here anymore? I'm just saying. No. We're after our wife. I think I would do the same. So, let's use the secret that they found to continue our search. This is not, in fact, the last room. But clearly, there are evil things in here, so you must be prepared. Those bugs just appeared in front of my very eyes. You cannot fool me with that. Let us go down this ladder ourselves. This time we don't have Andre being a Blair Witch monster right in front of us. But we do have a ladder breaking.
Damn it.
That's exactly what I say when I fall on my spine with a risk of breaking it and then screwing up your back forever. And then having to be in some weird wheelchair and be, like have paralysis down your entire body and then be in some wheelchair for the rest of your life, having to be taken care of by others. So, hey, whoever lives here, you got a problem in your basement? I'm just saying, I don't think having sewer water in it is normal. I don't think that you're supposed to, I don't think that's supposed to do this. I don't think basements are supposed to be like this. But it's just perfectly convenient for the spookiness of this spooky game. Hi, what's up? There he is. Dead. I will say, Resident Evil 7 does go a lot more in on the horror than even the original 3 games did. Like, the original 3 games were horror games, but they did still have some action elements to them. But this game, on the other hand, is all out. To the point where it even changed perspective to first person. This is the first person Resident Evil. There are currently 2 of them. Every other Resident Evil is third person. And it feels like a lot like an indie horror game when you find, like, made by someone on itch.io or Steam or something. But no, it's a AAA game, and it's freaking cool. Sorry, Daddy. I will not be bad anymore. Sorry, Daddy Jason? No, that says I'm sorry. Okay. Jim, sorry. Alright. Keep moving on. Bunch of syringes in the toilet. Hope no one ever had to use that toilet. And a lit cell.
Mia?
Are we sure that's her? That's probably not her. I'm just saying. Ben, dead. Harold, turned. Arthur, turned. Tamara, turned? Okay, there's like a million different pronunciations for that name. Which one's right? I think it's pronounced like all 3 ways. I'll go with Tamara. Because I like that one the most. Craig, dead. Layla, dead. Sean, dead. William, dead. Travis, turned. Peter, turned. Andre, dead. Clancy, L. Mia, nothing. That's good. Heidi turned, Clyde dead, Lindsay turned, Steven turned, Nathaniel dead, Edward dead, Nadine dead, Alex dead, Tom dead, Reed turned, Susan turned, Joseph dead, David dead. Dead and turned. That does not sound good. And I wonder if you use these to unlock the cell. I just love it when games put a locked object in your path and then put the item to solve it right next to it. Is that light supposed to be flickery, or is that a graphical bug that is weird with my graphic settings? Whatever, doesn't matter. Alright, hello, not Mia, what's up?
Mia, oh, thank God I found you. It's me, it's Ethan.
Ethan? Ethan?
Are you alright?
You shouldn't be here.
What do you mean? You contacted me.
No, I wouldn't. Did I? Did anyone see you? Did he see you?
Hey, who else is here? What the hell's going on?
Daddy's coming. We need to go.
Daddy?
We need to go now!
Where are you taking me?
Someplace safe.
Are you gonna tell me what's going on? Baby, you've been gone 3 years.
3 years? Has it really been 3 years?
What is this place? What'd they do to you?
Not now. We need to get out of here first. I think it's this way.
Well, there's only one way to go, so I think it's this way too, whatever it is.
Mia, we have to talk. That message you sent me.
Not me. That wasn't me.
But you did.
I didn't.
Okay, fine. Just tell me what's going on.
I'm telling you everything that I know. We have to go this way.
Mia, are you sure you know where you're going?
Family used to bring me food through here. I remember. There. It's there.
A door, whoa!
This is it.
The mystical door of safety.
I remember this room. There's another door here. I'm sure of it. It's not here. It's gone. It's gone! We're gonna be a family now that you're here. There's another door here. I'm sure of it.
Mia,
We gotta get out of here.
just stay here, all right? I'm gonna have a look around.
I'm sure nothing will happen to you while I have this look around. Fix the lampshade, please. Straighten it. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh my god. He presses his hand against it. Alright, well, it's okay. E001. Wow, look. It's Eon. Or EOI. It's EOI right there. The world famous EOI. Can't believe this is the same house where she lives. Alright. Yeah, makes sense.
No, leave me alone!
Mia?
So yeah, there is a door there. Because when Ethan opens the door, he presses his hand up against it, but not if it's a regular wall. Which is kind of funny. But you can't open it, so that's why that happened. Well, I guess we have to go after Mia again. We just found her, and then off she goes again. Nighttime hit very quickly. It was just broad afternoon. Maybe not broad afternoon, but still afternoon a little while ago. Maybe it's secretly the middle of winter and Louisiana just doesn't get as much snow as where I live, so the days are shorter. But then again, Louisiana's closer to the equator. It really shouldn't be that big of a daylight difference. I also love how, on my computer, the actual in-game graphics are somewhat blurry, but the inventory and the HUD is so sharp. It looks amazing. Everything else looks like crap. not like crap, but just a little less good. It's a weird contrast, but I'm rolling with it because it still looks cool. The style is there, and that's what's important. So, we have a map. You press V to open the map. As I'm sure you saw before, it's also lists your objective over here, but it will also list your objective with the inventory open. It's just this time you get a map, and you can move it around with WASD, not with the middle mouse, which is how it is in Resident Evil 8. That's weird. And use R and C to change floors. As you can see, we are in the guest house. The house for So, instead of just having a guest room, this freaking family, whoever owns this estate, has an entire house for guests. They are some rich people, aren't they? I couldn't think of any better comment to make about that than that. I'm very sorry. Well, this door is still locked, so the final room of the house is the bathroom. And it has first aid med in it. First aid meds are your new healing items. The classic Resident Evil games used herbs and mixtures of herbs. This game uses first aid med instead as the primary healing item.
Mia, wait! Wait!
I can hear her. I can feel her clawing her way back inside of me. Get out! Leave me alone! I've been bad. I deserve this.
What the fuck are you, Mia?
Well, she is a human being, but clearly with some problems. Alright, CD, just use the first aid mode. Otherwise, you have to open your inventory to do it, but there is a shortcut button to do it. By default, it's control. I set it to be C because that's what I prefer. So yeah, the first aid med is kind of weird. It's like this miracle healing juice you just dump on yourself and you heal. But I mean, this is the same series where in the classic games there were first aid sprays. Where you sprayed yourself, so it's not that far off. Alright, well that was a little sudden. Just a sudden attack from our own wife that we were after. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to come find her. Well, let's try to find a way out while she's currently down. I love that fake out. You have that first sequence with her, and then she falls down and you think she's done. Nope, far from it. Because this time you have a combat sequence with her. Your first actual bit of combat. Left click to attack.
Now you have to be dead too.
What, are you dead? I mean, probably. You kind of look like a zombie, so that's not too far from the case. This is very simple. You just hit her with the axe until she's done. As far as I can tell, like, avoiding her own attacks is a little bit strange to do. I believe you can hold space to guard and you'll do less damage, but that doesn't matter. It's fine, Ethan. Did you see how she just sprung up after that before? After hitting her head against the wall? I'm sure she's alive. Alright. I love them putting those drawers with nothing in them. Hey! Who's calling? Will you shut up? I just killed my wife. Can you leave me alone for 2 seconds?
You really shouldn't have come here.
Who's this? And what the fuck is going on?
My name's Zoe. There should be a way out through the attic.
Attic.
Go there. Now.
Everyone, meet the character with the worst acting. Alright, it's not her acting that's bad, but the accent she used, her accent is terrible. The actual acting itself is fine. It's just the accent that's bad. Did I see something shiny disappear around the corner? Was this smear of blood? Yes, that's blood not here before. See? I told you. She's alive, Ethan. Don't worry about it. Let's pick up your axe in case she pops out again. So as you saw earlier, your current health is represented by the amount of blood that's on the screen. There's also an in-game setting where you can turn it so that you can make it so that the blood is less. But I tried using it once, and it's nice to like not have the screen all filled up with shit, but it's also not very indicative of how low you are, and I wasn't used to it, so. Well, that door's open now. So the next thing is get up to the attic, but this button here, that's a very echoed version of the knocking sounds on the door, which are pretty cool knocking sounds, not gonna lie. The stairs are not responding. The stairs to the attic. What's that? Oh, that's an outlet. It looks like a fuse from Monstrum. I might as well save again. There's no reason not to. There's only one place that we know of that could have a fuse, and let's hope that it doesn't also have a Mia right next to it. Who knew that the very objective we came here for is against us, is fighting us? Perhaps not willingly, but we have no idea what's causing this yet. Snapple. Making sure nothing's behind me. Fuse for the stairs. Well, it's unfortunate that this house is laid out in such a way that there's only one path ever to go down. And that we have to share that same path. Me and the monster. Fortunately, our venture to the fuse box was uneventful. I don't remember those windows being there. Hang on. I remember those windows behind the couch. Were they there before? One of the chairs has moved, right? Was there a chair here? I don't think there was. Actually, there probably wasn't. Yeah, okay. And it looks like our trip back is also going to be uneventful.
Ethan, it's okay. It's okay, it's me. I know you didn't mean to hurt me. But you shouldn't have done that! It fucking hurts! Now, let's see how you feel. It's my job. Must contain outbreak. Gonna bring, I promise. Must burn it all down.
It seems like our journey back to the stairs was not uneventful after all. Let's pick up our hand. So yeah, this is a thing. Resident Evil is sort of a violent series, but I don't think it's ever chopped off the protagonist's hand in the first hour of the game. This was a bit of a shock to me, but I mean, this was the first Resident Evil game I ever saw, so I actually didn't know if any other games did, but no, this is the only one that, like, so far, or actually, no, it's the first one that, just chops off the character's hand in the first 10 seconds of the game. Sorry, first hour. Well, anyway, let's go to the attic. Anyway, I just love that that's basically it. We just get to keep our hand in our inventory. We just brush it off, continue on to the attic. Because if we find a way out, are we sure we are even going to survive this? Nah, I'm sure we will. Handgun ammo, a new item, a gun.
Okay, fine.
Unlike other Resident Evils where you always seem to start with a gun, here you have to get it. Here you actually start with nothing and you have to get it. There's my point that I said in a very weird and stupid way. Here's another first aid med. Just so you know, this, oh, you only guard with one hand with no hand. That's a cool detail. Having your hand chopped off does not do anything to your health. As you can see, there's no blood around the screen. That's your indication for your real health bar that will kill you if you run out of it. Having your hand chopped off is just a scripted sequence. Alright, here's the attic. We have a bunch of mannequins here for some reason. What were they using mannequins for? Absolutely no idea, but they just stored them away in this attic never to be seen again. A lantern and some TVs. Most importantly, just stray handgun ammo lying around. If you aim, you can see your bullets down in the lower right. You probably saw that before, but I thought I'd point it out again. And hey, this looks like the way out. Unfortunately, Mia has Blood Warden. So we're not making it out the exit gate right now. This starts the first boss of the game, technically. The very first bit of combat, and it's kind of a boss fight. Maybe more like mini boss, but yeah, it's pretty easy, especially on normal mode. You just shoot her in the head. You be careful when she gets close like this because she will occasionally make mad dashes for you like so. Fortunately, whatever damage you take here actually doesn't carry on to the rest of the game, so it's not as bad. You don't have to worry about conserving resources and supplies, so except for within the battle, obviously, you don't want to use up all your ammo. There, I guarded an attack, so it didn't end up doing any damage, but sometimes for some enemies, it'll just do a little bit of damage. Man, you know, she's being a lot less aggressive this time. On my first playthrough, she was coming at me full force. Like, I got down to very low health at one point, but this time, she's just hanging back. And, you can probably guess, headshots do the most damage. And they do the most damage to your emotions as well. Can I take the chainsaw? I would love to take the chainsaw. Fortunately, if you're wondering the same thing, it actually doesn't matter if you take the chainsaw or not. Oh god. I love how all the blood is gone. The wound is healed. Alright, so about getting out of here. Blood Warden has run out. Can we leave?
Welcome to the family, son.